What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thin Ghost back again for another video, and you know I'm gonna be talking about more Bleach today, following up a little bit on the previous video I made earlier. It's a lot of stuff that I still didn't say. One key thing that this whole topic of this video is going to be about is for me looking at the possibility of where this next arc that is going to take place in Hell could actually give us. It's so many places that they can go, and just the possibilities are endless. So what I want to do real quick is hold on. Shit. Sorry. Can't remember. And I told you I was gonna do it. Gabrielle Watts. I want to give a shout out to this beautiful person who has, brought forth a concept that you could really just go down the rabbit hole with. You know what I'm saying? And it's so much potential for where this can go. Now, she put a comment on one of my previous videos where we was having a little back and forth talking, and she was just like, holy shit, I didn't even realize with everything that they were saying about how the captains have too much reishi and they have to be sent down to the reishi that they have and everything. They have to be sent to hell just to be able to maintain the balance and everything. Bro, the entire previous Gotei 13 was sent to hell, bro. We barely know anything about the previous Gotei 13, bro. We know about Yamamoto, we know about Urahara and how she was Urahana, and how she was just, whoo, you know what I'm saying? We know how savage she was in the 1,000-Year Blood War. You know what I mean? So the fact that both of them are in hell, and Ukitake, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ukitake, he wasn't part of the original Gotei 13, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna have his own significant character, growth and transformation and whatever trials and tribulations he's gonna be going through. All I know is he's definitely going to be more stronger in death than he ever was in life. I mean, bro was constantly walking around sick. He was never being able to be used to his full potential. I don't even think we got to see bro Bankai anywhere in the story, which is why everybody was so surprised and excited to see what he was doing in Bleach Brave Souls, because that's like a completely new transformation that we've never even got to see in the show. We already knew he was never that sauced up in the show, even though he was an interesting character and there was a lot that could have been done with him. It just unfortunately never was done. Kubo, I'm not sure what he was thinking with, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk bad about Kubo and nothing like that, but he wasted a lot with Ukitake, and I feel like he even knows that, which is why he might be gearing up to do a lot with him in the next arc. But yeah, though, enough on that. Just the whole prospect of that, Ukitake being in hell, and other characters we know being in hell. We know for sure Yamamoto is probably in charge of his own circle, his own domain in that motherfucker. I mean, look at his powers, bro. Bro was in control of fire like no other. Bro was a demon in Earth. He was a demon in Soul Society. He was a demon alive or dead in a way. But now he dead again. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is bro was already a demon in the life that he once led. You know what I'm saying? So to have him be in hell, I can't think of a more better suited place for this nigga. Like, he has probably made a home. Got his feet put up. Like, Yamamoto, yes, he was a good guy, but bro was, you know what I'm saying, before and after, when he lost his nigga, man, that man turned into a savage, bro. I bet he is making a home in hell. And don't get me started with Unohana. So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, these previously Gotei, they were pretty much like thugs. They just ran shit. They just fucked shit up. They did not care. You could barely call them protectors, bro, because they did uphold what law? You know what I'm saying? These niggas was the law. You know, they was doing all kinds of shit. And this is based off just the brief descriptions that we have gotten in the manga. And I know there's a lot more information that is dropped about them in like Can't Fear Your Own World and the light novels and stuff like that. I haven't read those. I'm sorry. I will get on it as soon as I can. But The point that I'm trying to make is, and please, please, share your knowledge, comment. I know there's probably people out there that know way more about the previous Gotei than I do, even though, like I said, I know for sure there's not that much information out there about them. So, what better challenge to get into that information and really dive into it, especially for normies and people that just mainly watch anime and stuff like that. This could be the chance to really do that. You hear about these characters, you know it was a previous Gotei 13, you already know, right? And you know about like the legends of how they were and how savage they were. Why set that up with no payoff? Bro, you could literally introduce all of the captains that were previously in the Gotei that are dead and that have been dead for years that we have never even seen or even heard of most of these niggas. You could have them come back to life or just be reincarnated, well, not reincarnated, but just, you know, just have these different warped demonic evil forms for being in hell for so long. These different powers, they could just be on a whole nother level, and they could be the villains of the going up against the characters that we know and love. That shit could be dope as fuck, bro. It'll be, it's like, Bleach always had this beautiful thing where, yes, it has good talk scenes and good backstories and stuff like that, but it's also had this beautiful thing that Kubo does where he kind of like explains a person's character through fights. We learn who a character is, we peel back layers of them, we get the backstory, we figure out who these characters are through beautifully choreographed fights. Now, I'm not saying that this doesn't happen in other anime, you know what I'm saying, or other manga, you know what I'm saying, you get backstories and shit during fights all the time, but it's done in a way with Kubo where I really enjoy it. It's kind of like he waits for the fights to really show you who a person is. So we're gonna have so many fucking fights. If it's one thing that Kubo loved to do with his arcs too, he loves to flood them with a lot of different characters on both sides and try to give as many people as he can different fights. And you never know what the fuck is gonna happen with these fights, because it might be two people paired up against one person, it might be three people paired up against one person, it might be two people paired up against two people, and it might be people that are paired up against people that you had no idea could even hold a candle against these people, but they end up pulling out a power that you ain't never knew they had, and you just like, damn, I didn't know you was coming like that, and they end up beating this person. Or you could have a person get into a fight with some other people, like maybe 4 people versus 1 person, they getting their ass beat, but then another person who was an anomaly come out of nowhere and beat the shit out of the nigga that they was fighting against, and then they gotta fight against that nigga. Like, it's all kind of shit to be happening in Bleach with so many characters and just these huge, long, expanding arcs that are just filled with so many different characters. So just imagine the different, you know what I'm saying, twists and turns and different maneuvers that Kubo could do fully unleashed in this arc, bruh. You could have on the enemy side all these characters and demons of mythological lore, you know what I'm saying? And then you could have the 9 circles of hell, you could have the 7 deadly sins, you could have Dagon, you could have fucking what's his name? Moloch, you could have, you know what I'm saying? You could have just all these characters, right? Satan and shit. And then on top of that, you could have the previous Gotei that we don't even really know like that, or just probably just heard stuff about. You could introduce them and have them. Then you could have characters that we already know and love changed in like a different version of them, so it's kind of like we got to re-get the new version of them plus the stuff that we already know. And then on the good side, we got all the characters that we love plus new characters that have been introduced, like the OI character or whatever that controls a sword that can turn into birds and eat the flesh off his opponents, or you know, the Yaya bitch that uses the nails to fight and everything. Then on top of that, you got Ichigo and his child, Kazui, you know what I'm saying? Ichigo, he looks stronger than ever already. I mean, the bro only did like 2 slashes, no sweat, the entire issue, and didn't break no kind of sweat and just decimated these niggas. And then you got, you know what I'm saying, Renji coming back and his child, you know what I'm saying, with Ichika and everything. It's so many ways that you could just implement all these characters and bring them together. And the thing I love about this shit, bro, James Hansen threw it out too, excellent Bleach YouTuber. If you bring Bleach back with all these characters and do it like that, bro, keep the focus on Ichigo primarily, and then everybody else and shit like that. Don't turn it into no Boruto or nothing like that where all the man can get pushed back in there. Boruto get, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Ichigo is that's still the way to go. You feel me? And have his son, he can be involved in some fights and shit like that. They can throw a little Cell arc in there or something if they want to. But don't forget that Ichigo is the Ichigo, and he need to be the one that's keeping things afloat. You feel me? Don't do that. I think Kubo already know what's going on with that, though. He got enough respect for his characters to know what is going on. I don't feel like he the type of writer to do some shit like that anyway. You can tell by his style. But yes, this is a very interesting topic to really dive deep on, man. Like I said, there's so much shit that can happen. So going off what I just said in this video and your own thoughts and the chapter with the information we was given, please let me know where you think this concept can be taken, where this arc can go. I'm really interested to see what you guys can say about all this. Now, like I said, please help me out with a lot of this information. Where can I find out more information about the previous Gotei? I mean, I'm going to look it up anyway, but let me know anything that you know about the previous Gotei or anything you would like to share in the comments, because like I said, I'm fairly new to this particular part of the lore in the series, but because of that comment that I got from my previous video, you know what I'm saying, appreciate you yet again, it really made me think, bro, like, yeah, they could definitely do that. And with the pattern that Kubo has, with the way that he plans out and kind of structures his story arcs, it would definitely fit into the pattern that he does with his bigger story arcs, creating a vast cast of villain characters that are part of a group that equally, or, you know, kind of not really equally, match up against all of the numbered people on the good side, and then everybody kind of have a designated spot to go where they fight, and then they all kind of like space out, separate, and then they all fighting against Boop, all fighting against Boop, all fighting against Boop, all fighting against Boop. And just think about what they could do with Aizen in this arc. Oh my goodness, bruh. Aizen, he could help out, kind of like I did with the 1,000-Year Blood War, but of course, you know, he's going to be planning shit on his own. I think it is a cool way that Kubo can find a way to write Aizen into this whole thing, have him planning his own shit behind the scenes, and maybe even come out with a surprise like BAM! And have him be on top as the villain yet again. They could do all kind of shit with this, bro. I don't know, man, but I'm just real interested to see where it go, because, you know, Aizen can't even die, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because of the Hogyoku, so they could do a lot of shit with him, too. I'm pretty sure he ain't done. You seen how eerie and shit he was in the 1,000-Year Blood War, man. He had some more steam in him for sure. Like, bro was salty as hell that Ichigo and all them made it to the Soul King, the Soul King's palace, bro. He got some more fight in him. I assure you Aizen do. So it'd be cool to see what he got to offer in this next arc. All in all, it's a lot of stuff that could definitely be happening with this next arc of Bleach, and I'm super excited to see where it goes. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit the like button to let YouTube know that you fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, so I can get more love and more people recommend it to my content. You can recommend it as well. Share my shit around, man, you know what I'm saying. Dislike it too if you want to. I love constructive criticism. I learn from everything. Subscribe, hit that bell to be notified for more videos like this one. And until next time, guys, it's been your boy Thingos, and I'm saying peace.